Hey gang, Craig Ripley here for another edition of Living Off the Slab. And if you notice, I've got my summer hat on today, and that's because it's starting to finally get nice up here in New England. Looks like spring has finally arrived. Yesterday I was out pretty much all day on my Victory Vision, and today I was out this morning on the Tenere, and now I'm trying to catch up on a few videos. So I thought we would start my new series on motorcycle touring and how to achieve your motorcycle touring dreams and goals. Now, I'm new to this adventure touring stuff, but I've been actually motorcycle touring for about 10 years right now. Now, there's a lot of things that I still don't know. I'm still learning all of the time. So what I'm hoping that happens here is that we start a conversation. Those of you who have more experience than I do can chime in and help me to learn, but also to help the other people who are thinking about getting out there and doing a motorcycle tour for the first time. So I thought a good place to start for this first video would be motivation. What motivates me to get out there and tour? And I want to know what motivates you as well. And if you're having trouble getting motivated, well, let us know why and maybe we can help you. If you had a chance to listen to my podcast interview on Keep Your Daydream, then you know that I basically got started doing this because I just realized that I was getting old, right? I mean, let's face it, I am. I was 45 years old and I started looking and saying, man, you know, I have to get out there and do things because I'm letting my life pass me by. So that's when I went out and got me a motorcycle and started doing those trips that I'd always been dreaming about. Now, as with most motorcyclists, I'm sure that you were influenced by the Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman trips where they did the long way round and the long way down. Right? Those were really big inspirations for me, and I still love watching them to this day. My wife, she gets driven crazy by me. Hey, let's watch Long Way Down again or Long Way Round again. She's like, oh, come on, you've seen that several times. I don't care. I still love watching it over and over again. Another thing you can do to get motivated is to pick up some books on motorcycle travel. There's always the classic Ted Simon's Jupiter's Travels that you can take a look at. Other things that I've been reading lately are Bonneville or Bust by Zoe Cano. And I also have discovered Neil Peart's book on motorcycle travel. He has several books that he's written on it. And if you don't know who Neil Peart is, he's the drummer for Rush, and he's also the lyricist for Rush. He's an excellent writer, and he really makes you feel his experiences out there on the road. I can strongly recommend you getting some of his books. Another thing I've really been enjoying lately is Adventure Rider Radio. So Jim Martin is the host. You can find that at www.adventureriderradio.com, and there's a lot of great information there. He talks to people like Zoe Cano, like Graham Field, like Ted Simon, and a bunch of other people who have done great motorcycle adventures. He also has people on there that give you pointers and tips, how to ride off-road, how to ride on-road. Lots of great stuff out there. I can highly recommend listening to Adventure Rider Radio. And of course, there's Keep Your Daydream podcast with Trisha Leach. She's the one that I did the interview with, had a great time doing it. She's got lots of wonderful motivation and information out there in her podcast. Most of them don't have to do with motorcycling. Some of them do, but still there's a lot of great motivation for people who want to incorporate travel into their lifestyle. Along with listening to all these great things that other people have done, you've got to take some steps to get yourself moving towards your goals. And what I did originally after buying the bike was to get involved with a group. Right? I was riding by myself, doing some trips, but I really found that finding a group of people to ride with was really a great motivating factor. I then quickly found people who wanted to do that ride across the country with me, people that I've continued to travel with to this day. So I can strongly recommend finding a group. It doesn't have to be one that's associated with your motorcycle like mine with the Victory Clubs. It can just be a generic riding club. The Star Motorcycle groups started off as Yamaha groups, but now they basically include everybody. They're a great way to get started. Horizons Unlimited, that's another great way to get started. There are a bunch of places all around the country that you can look up online and just go out there, get involved, and meet people. Another thing I did was to turn my motorcycle into my primary mode of transportation. I of course still have an automobile, a truck, so that I can get around in the winter up here in New England. But during the spring and summer and into the fall, I'm riding on my motorcycle as much as I possibly can. As long as the weather allows, I am on my bike going back and forth to work, and then of course doing it on the weekends as well. And that really incorporates the motorcycle into your life, but also really gets you comfortable for being on the bike a lot, right? A lot of hours. Some people just do it on the weekends here and there, and you never really get comfortable with the bike. So I can strongly recommend ride it to work, make it be your primary mode of transportation. Now, probably the biggest thing I do to get myself motivated for a trip is to start planning that trip. Right? You can think about, oh, I want to go to Nova Scotia, for example, but it isn't really real until you start planning it. Right? Start looking up places to go, roads to go on, things to do, right? Places to stay. Doing all of that really kind of gets your mindset to commit and to really make the trip happen, right? Until you start doing that, so they're just thoughts and dreams. Take small steps like that, start planning it so that you can make it happen. Of course, along with those things that motivate you, there are also some fears that you have to get over if you want to achieve anything in your life. Specific to motorcycle travel are things like, I just hate to get out on the highway, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time. Now, those can be real things, the money and the time, but you kind of just have to figure out ways to make it happen. In particular, if you've got a fear of riding on the highway, right, well, go out and do it, right? You've got to overcome that fear. Like, I live up here in the Northeast, and it's pretty congested out on the coasts. If we want to get to anywhere where it's not congested, where we really got some nice roads, like if we want to go down into Virginia or into North Carolina and Tennessee or up into Nova Scotia or into Maine and Vermont even, we've got to go through those congested areas, and we got to ride on the highway. It's just something that you have to learn to be comfortable with. Being out there with the traffic and with the trucks and all those things, you have to learn how to handle them, right, so that you can get to the places you want to go. Now, as far as time and money goes, well, I'll do a whole episode on time and money and basically how to work those things out, or at least what I did to work those things out. But to be simple, basically, you just got to figure out ways to do it, right? And you don't have to do a big trip all at once. If you don't have the time at work, or you don't have the money to do that, don't think, well, I can't do anything because I don't have the money to do a big trip. Start off with small trips. That's what I did, right? My first trips were long weekends, and then a whole week, and then a 10-day trip. Pretty soon I was going off for a couple of weeks. And then finally we decided, well, we're heading across country and we're doing the 3-week trip. So you can do it just little steps at a time to overcome those limitations that you might have with your work schedule or your family life. So to sum all of this stuff up, I would say to keep yourself motivated, you need to start simply, right? Surround yourself with good information. That is, whether it's videos online or movies or reading about it, whether it's magazines or books, podcasts, DVDs about Charlie Borman and Ewan McGregor's trips. Whatever you need to do, surround yourself with those things that you really want to accomplish. Second thing, start off small. Take little steps towards your goals. Again, doesn't have to be all in once. Do it small, little at a time. Focus on what you can do and not what you can't do. All right, that's enough for me. Now I want to hear from you guys. What motivates you, or what do you use to motivate yourself to get out there and achieve your motorcycle touring goals? Is it videos? Is it books? Whatever it is, I want to hear your experiences and what you do to get yourself out there on the road and enjoy those things that you really find important. So all of these books and these videos that I've been talking about, I'm going to put links to them out there on my website. So if you go to my blog, there'll be an article out there with links to all of this stuff. So if you didn't get that because I'm talking too fast, you can get to it that way. Check out my website at www.craigripley.com or www.livingofftheslab.com. Both of them will take you to the same place. Before I go, let me say thank you to those people who have been purchasing through Twisted Throttle and helping me support these videos and my website. It's really appreciated. And if you don't know about it, I'm a Twisted Throttle affiliate, so if you're going to buy something from them, please link to them from my website. And said, we'll just get a little bit of a commission to help fund all these videos and keep this conversation going. So thanks everybody, I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.